Subscribe to our channel and also press the bell icon to never miss an update from Kautilya's Fincast.
Welcome to Kautilya's Fincast for 1st June to 10th of June, 2021.
Let's begin with corporate news.
Chipmaker AMD has partnered with Samsung to bring its RDNA 2 graphics technology to the latter's Exynos mobile chips. RDNA 2 has so far been seen on AMD's PC chips, which are much more powerful than mobile chips. Under Zero Day's nudge feature, which was launched last year, investors are warned when they're about to break basic trading rules such as trading in risky liquid instruments and penny stocks. Leading domestic steel makers have hiked the prices of hot-rolled coil and cold-rolled coil by up to 4,000 rupees and 4,900 rupees per ton, respectively. SoftBank Group Corporation is in talks with Flipkart to invest $700 million in the internet retailer, 3 years after it sold its entire stake in the company to Walmart Incorporated. Zomato is already actively working with a few EV players to design pilots and create business models that could facilitate a faster transition towards a viable mobility solution for deliveries. IPO-bound 197 Communications Limited, the parent brand which owns Paytm, saw its consolidated revenues shrink by 11% to 3,186.8 crore rupees for fiscal year 2020-21 compared to 3,540.77 crore rupees in financial year 2020. Hyatt Regency 5-star hotel in Mumbai will remain closed till further notice, since Asian Hotels West Limited, which owns the property, is not making payments for its salaries and operations. Digital services provider Instamojo has launched its e-commerce stack to help small and medium enterprises and direct-to-consumer brands to come online. It will also include a do-it-for-me feature for a hassle-free experience. Google Business Group is an expansion of Cognizant's long-standing relationship with Google Cloud, extending combined service capabilities and joint solutions development to accelerate client cloud transformation and meet the evolving needs of today's businesses. Sales intelligence platform Slintel has raised $20 million as a part of its series of funding led by GGV Capital. Existing investors including Accel, Sequoia Capital India, and Stellaris Venture Partners also participated in the funding round.
Let's begin with market news.
RBI clarified that its 2018 order directing lenders to stop dealing in virtual currencies was quashed by the Supreme Court in March last year and can't be cited by banks to deny services to people dealing in cryptocurrencies. SEBI gave more time for implementation of guidelines pertaining to SMS alerts under the Unified Payment Interface System for shares applied and allotted during an IPO. SEBI enhanced the overseas investment limit for an individual mutual fund house to $1 billion, up from $600 million at present. The industry-wide cap for investing abroad remained unchanged at $7 billion. A day ahead of the monetary policy announcement, RBI devolved bulk of the 5-year bond on primary dealers at the weekly government bond auction. Over one-fourth of the 2050 paper too devolved on PDs. The country's foreign exchange reserve surged by $5.271 billion to touch a record high of $598.165 billion in the week ended May 28. American payments firm Square is partnering with blockchain technology provider Blockstream Mining to build a solar-powered Bitcoin mining facility. The payments firm will invest $5 million for the facility. A slew of crypto-related accounts in China's Twitter-like Weibo platform were blocked over the weekend, as Beijing stepped up a crackdown on Bitcoin trading and mining. Stock markets closed at new highs on 7th June, with investors hoping that relaxation of curbs put in place to fight COVID will spur demand and fuel an economy hit by the second wave of the pandemic. Net inflows in Indian gold exchange-traded funds dropped to a 6-month low of 287.86 crore rupees in May, as per the data released by Association of Mutual Funds of India. US stocks rose on 10th June, with the S&P 500 hitting a record high, as investors doubted whether a spike in May consumer prices would spur early policy tightening by the Federal Reserve.
Let's begin with economy news.
Expectations of a decline in economic activity in April to June quarter, followed by a rebound, resulting in real, inflation-adjusted GDP growth of 9.3% in financial year ending March 2022 and 7.9% in financial year 2022-23. Due to the rapid rise in COVID-19 cases, industrial production was severely impacted due to lockdowns, non-availability of oxygen, migration of workers, and the spread of coronavirus amongst the workforces. At least 15.33 million of the Indians lost their jobs in May 2021, erasing gains achieved since July 2020, a situation that may adversely affect consumer spending and economic revival. The middle class catalyzes multiplier effect in economy by contributing 70% to total consumer spending and reinforces fiscal front of the economy by making 79% of the total taxpayer base. The three affected states of West Bengal, Odisha and Jharkhand will see estimated economic losses to the tune of $7 to $8 billion in India this fiscal year of 2021. Foreign investors have infused close to 8,000 crores rupees into Indian equities in first 4 trading sessions of June as risk-on sentiment improved amid rapidly falling new COVID-19 cases and robust corporate earnings. The Federation of the Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry wrote to Commerce Minister of India Piyush Goyal and suggested a graded approach to the permissible economic activities. India's merchandise exports has been rose by 67.39% on the year-on-year of financial year 2021 to $32.21 billion in May 2021, while imports grew 68.54% to $38.53 billion in the financial year 2020-21. The RBI says retail inflation based on Consumer Price Index is likely to be 5.1% in financial year 2022. The Indian economy contracted by 7.3% in the fiscal year 2020-21. India's dominant services activity entered contraction territory for first time in 8 months due to restrictions imposed during second wave. As a result of reduces economic activity, services sector's jobs have also suffered.